All right. Last night's chat. Yes. Uh, you know, I don't really think it's, to be fair, I don't think it's super fair to talk about the chat, since the other person involved isn't here to talk about it. But that said, let me go to my Instagram. And we'll send an invite. Find the Insta info. Send an invite. There we go. There wasn't drama. He took down the video after I posted my comment, and we went back and forth a little bit. He basically, the long and the short of it, and this part I don't think is worth or is like debatable, so this is matter of fact. He made a comment on one of his videos that I felt was transphobic. It had something to do with essentially what's known largely as groomer theory, which is just pretty much a right-wing conspiracy boogeyman to try to scare people into thinking that there is some sort of large coordinated effort to push children into becoming trans. It's completely bullshit, and I called him out on it. There was a little bit of back and forth, and then he took down the video. So when I went, that's exactly what happened. I'm not going to get like further into details on any of that, but if he'd like to come here and talk about it more, he is more than welcome. The other things that were going on in the chat regarding people talking trash behind his back had to do with like, the talk of, the eBay conspiracy stuff, which was, I believe, largely directed at Tommy and not untrue. That's not to say that the talk hasn't also gone on here, but in terms of yesterday's chat, it, I believe, to be largely directed at Tommy, although he is far from alone. Oh, crap. I need to put that back. I'll get to that in a sec. All right. Oh, you know what? I'm dumb. I forgot to start with the what sold, which is what I meant to do. Yeah, I like his channel too, but I just he made a comment that I thought was not only false but hurtful. Oops, that's not it. And I called him out on it. So oh man, did I mess up here? I thought I had, oh, there it is. Okay. Here's the what sold. All right. Bunch of cards going out. Hi, Buster. So first up are those 3 China cards that finally we've got it all figured out and got them paid and it's all good. So this is the first one, Little Orphan Island in Yangtze, China. Took an offer for $21 on each of these. So Transplanting Rice, China, also $21. And also $21, Buffalo Plowing. Next up, Royal Inn of St. George, the Jolly King restaurant. Cool sign. Utah, $2.95. Here is Evergreen State College. You can't tell, but they are all underwater. This is underwater basket weaving class, taught only at Evergreen State College in Washington State. It's a liberal arts college where you can create your own curriculum and self-grading, which is very interesting. Actually, it is just a basket weaving class. But anyone who knows Evergreen State College gets the joke. All right, this is the stone marking between colonies, 6 nations, Clinton, New York. This has been in the store a while. Grace George, 2nd Street, New York. I don't remember where I got this, but took an offer for $15. Northern Pacific Depot in Detroit, Minnesota. Nice unposted card. Took $11 on this, I believe, or $12.50 was the offer I took. Graham High School, Rushville, Indiana, real photo postcard. I believe I put it as a real photo. It might not actually be a real photo. Looks like a real photo though, so I might have been wrong. I think it was $11. Emerson Falls, St. Johnsbury, Vermont, $3.36. This is the Arabia Shrine Temple, Houston, Texas, Shriners. $8.46 on that bad boy. Here's this lovely lady with a giant hat. For anybody who just bought lots of a bunch of my studio views on Whatnot, this one sold for $17.95, full asking price. So these kind of cards can do pretty well. The United States Naval Service General Alexander M. Patch. Chrome Era, $3.95. El Gobernador, Utah's response to El Capitan. El Gobernador sold for $4.95. Here is Claude Monet's Stone Pine, Fine Arts Museum, Boston. Nice painting postcard. $4.21. Grand Isle, Vermont, the Island Villa or Villa. This one came from my local flea market, $10.95 full asking price. Took an offer on this one, Eureka Springs, Arkansas, North Spring Street view, $6. And finally, Whittier Medical Springs Hotel at Lake County, California. This one went for $5. Then two hip orders, 4 hip cards. Here we have Carnegie Library in Hastings, Nebraska. This also came from local flea, sold for $3.95. And then 3 orders to the same customer, repeat buyer, Chateau Inn and Restaurant Motel, West Edge, Oklahoma City. We've got the Cleveland County Courthouse in Norman, Oklahoma. I have been to Norman and seen this courthouse in person. I've been to Norman twice, actually. It's a cool little town, right a little bit north of Oklahoma City. One of the best Goodwills I've ever been to. And then we have the courthouse in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. I believe it's white border. That one sold for $18.95. So them's the postcards. All right. And if anybody isn't familiar with what groomer theory is, it's, here we go. Do I have it? Let's see here. Warning, this is bullshit propaganda and not to be taken as truth or a reflection of my beliefs. This is for your education only. Okay, so here's the deal. Laundry's done. That is bullshit. That's not a thing. Have there maybe been isolated cases somewhere at some point, possibly? There's none that have actually been substantiated, and none that I could actually find. So it's bullshit. It's right wing boogeyman. It's really what is it? A straw man argument, right? It's not a thing that exists. But it's a idea that has been pushed largely by right-wing media because it's something that scares their viewers, and their viewers tune in for things to be scared of. It is. You want to talk about corporate interests and the media. There's not a corporate interest trying to turn kids gay, however, or turn kids trans. There is a corporate interest in driving viewership, and the way you drive viewership is by creating controversy where it doesn't exist. So that is all I have to say about that. It had subtitles, so. But basically, it's oil in a nutshell. If somebody wants to hear, I'll give you the link to the video. If anyone wants to go watch it, you're more than welcome. I've already seen it. There's plenty of other like it. Here's the video link. Nobody's pushing it on kids. That's not a thing. That is not a thing. I mean, I'm not saying nobody, but I'm mostly saying nobody. I don't know what that is, but yeah. If it exists, that's wrong. But it's not, there's no conspiracy for this thing. There's no coordinated effort to turn kids trans. And if you believe that, you are misinformed or uninformed and perpetuating conspiracy theories like that really are hurtful to people who are actually navigating real issues within their family. And in a society that not only doesn't fully accept it, doesn't even fully acknowledge it, it's just causing harm needlessly. Really for no other reason than, honestly, to stoke fear and drive viewership. And, oh, I think I forgot to print the St. George one. I did. Oops. If you want followers, the best way you can accomplish that is to make people believe that they're unsafe and that you are their path to safety. See also, the Mexicans are coming for our jobs. See also, hordes of criminals coming from South America with COVID to storm our borders. See also, weapons of mass destruction. See also, Obama's coming for our guns. See also, Hillary Clinton's coming for our guns. See also, Joe Biden's coming for our guns. And honestly, right-wing media is just as guilty of it. They are also slaves to their own corporate interests. right? Fartsack Jack, the thing you sent is a link to a group that you have to join. I guess I can join and leave. I don't want to. I don't want it. Nope. I'm not joining your group. I will be right back. I need to go put this thing back. Decided to grab a couple late arrivals. Okay. This one, Pennsylvania. What's it look like? All right. Second to last card in the in the divider. Always the way, right? All right. Let's head on back up. And Jack, regardless of what's going on in your community, which I'm sure is worth discussion, a single incident a conspiracy does not make. Nor does correlation mean causation, or conspiration. No, that's not a word. Correlation. And also, the fact that that's happening does not mean that there's somebody who is actively attempting to turn kids anything. And if any sex ed is taught anywhere, it should be perfectly okay that all sex is taught everywhere. And just because it's being taught does not mean it's being pushed or there's a some sort of sinister motivation behind it. It also preassumes that somehow heterosexual or transsexual sex is bad, while only heterosexual sex is good. And I reject that premise. Just because education is happening does not mean it's an attempt at indoctrination. If you're going to teach kids about any sex, they should be taught about all sex, because it all exists. That's the only one. There's two. Yes. Right. Good point, Tommy. Yeah. So did James block you, Tommy? His last community post seemed to imply some blocking was going on, and he seemed none too pleased with you yesterday. Because I believe that makes 2 bans for expressing yourself in chats. All right. Well, I will say, like, it's after having like that string of 4 days last week of just absolute turd sandwich, the like string of $260 days in a row, which really like a bunch of those had like international shipping. So even those numbers are not that great. But yesterday was good, and today, so far, decent as well. So get these hip orders out of here. Okay. I will say this though. I mean, when you have like, basically there's a bunch of channels out there. If you're watching and you watch closely, they're surviving obviously off of whatever YouTube revenue they get. But besides that, outside of their viewer sales, they're not doing good. Go look at Old School Picker, Commonwealth Picker. Like, everyone's experiencing not insignificant downshift. NC Picker, like, he put his whole store on like 50% off. Oops. And even with that, like, a huge proportion of his sales were viewer. You go watch his videos. So, I mean, I don't think it's that much conspiracy that there's a downshift, because, I mean, even in here, people are feeling it. So, I know that I've seen it. And I don't think that site issues are non-existent. I don't think they're the only thing to blame, but there's definitely been site issues. I don't think that you can really deny that. I agree with this too. I don't think that, like I said, I think there's more than one thing going on right now, which is I think a lot of it has to do with the economy, the fact that eBay hasn't really kept up with competing with some of the newer competitors on the market. I think there's a lot of factors. All right. So let's get those China cards out of here. But I do think it's short-sighted to blame it all on one thing. And honestly, Tommy, I mean, it hasn't been that way for you, because you are selling in one of the few categories that eBay has decided they are going to promote. That being shoes. Basically, like, if you're not selling shoes, watches, auto parts, or putting shit in the vault, eBay is not interested in marketing for you. They have essentially, with promoted listings and whatever, like, social marketing thing they've pushed, they've essentially pushed any marketing costs onto the sellers. Yeah, I mean, it's very true, right? That it does have the only answer to a long tail store is quantity. And personally, I don't think that it's good to only focus on long tail items. I've never tried to do that. I do have a large portion of my store that is, but I've always, especially even I mean on this channel, I've always said that like it's important to have a mix of stuff that's going to sell quickly and stuff that you are going to know that you're going to wait on. All right. So speaking of faster stuff, I sold a hat. California Angels hat. This is a sports specialties. I put this up for $20 and started getting some offers on it pretty quickly. And ended up taking offers off of it. Pretty quickly came to the realization I was going to be able to sell this thing for full price. I did get it for free off Facebook Buy Nothing group. Big bag of hats. Sold a few of them. This one sold for $20. Been listed about a week. Oops. Not the box that I need. That's the box I need. Speaking of which, check this out. See this Los Angeles Kings hat? This was also in that bag of hats that I got for free. It is it's a wool snapback. Check this out. These are recent solds. Same hat. And if we go look at the actual Terapeak, average sold price $265, highest price $1,500. I don't think I'm going to get that. This one, $1,025. That was last year, or 2 years ago, actually. Here's $500. December 15th, $315, $500, $350, $510, $530. Here's the $1,500. It's a slightly different one here. So yeah, this was actually the last hat out of that bag that I listed. I kind of threw it aside and forgot about it for a minute, and was cleaning up yesterday. I'm like, oh, I should probably go list that. And yeah. So Bolo, you heard it here first. Sports Specialties Los Angeles Kings snapback wool. I agree with that. Sup, anytime picker. Bearded Poketier, what's going on? All right. Next up, I sold. This is the Battle for the Planet of the Apes original publicity cast biographies. I got a huge lot of vintage Planet of the Apes stuff from a yard sale several years ago. I've been selling stuff off from it ever since. Here is biography. Roddy McDowall as Caesar. Roddy McDowall returns as his role as Caesar, the superior chimpanzee in Arthur P. Jacobs' production of Battle for the Planet of the Apes, for 20th Century Fox, release in deluxe color, premiering on Blank at the Blank Theater. However, through sequential to his part on Conquest for the Planet of the Apes, he is playing the new film in quite a different way. In Conquest, Roddy was for the most part a naive victim. In Battle, he is a leader involved in making decisions in a serious power struggle. Persons engaged in the making of both pictures thought there was some change in the makeup, but there was not. The change is in McDowell's attack, a transformation which has sometimes been observable in humans when they have risen to a position of great responsibility. I, for one, am a big fan of the original Planet of the Apes series. All of them. Every single one. I am not a fan of the more recent ones. There are those who I'm sure would disagree with me, who do like the new ones. But I feel like the old ones have a vintage charm that the new ones just don't. There it is. So those sold, there's 4 of them. $52.16. let's see, when did I just listed these in January. I actually didn't realize I still had stuff from that, so that's why they only just got listed. These really right there. Keeps catching a corner. Maybe just a little bit. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right. Next up is an item we talked about on the show a couple of weeks back. Y'all may remember, these are the slides I pulled out of the bins, where one of the customers tried to tell me that 10 cents a slide was the going rate. And yeah, turns out they were completely wrong. Sold for $129.95. 270 slides in total. Going to, I don't know, eBay international shipping. So not bad. I will take that. That was a really nice sale. That happened right after the show too. And those have only been listed about a month. I actually can't ship them that way. I'm going to have to go a different route. I'm going to have to go back to plan A. Or actually not even plan A. We're going to have to go plan C. I think that'll work. That'll be fine. Not my best work. Not my best work by a long goddamn shot. Oh well. It'll get there safe. I think it really depends on what you're selling. If you're talking about a commodity item, a retail item, then offers probably don't matter, and then you're competing on price. If it's something like where the price is rather subjective, largely in the collectibles marketplace, I think that offers are much more important. Sold this thing, vintage Antarctica metal, sold for that price, $19.96. So, in short, I agree, but I think it's more nuanced than that. I think for shoes, you're probably absolutely correct. But I really don't think that there's a one-size-fits-all strategy that you can apply across categories. Next up, sold Celtic Thunder. Hi, Buster. Celtic Thunder. This was free and sold for $6. Oops. Slightly. I'm not sure, but I think this is a like. Didn't we have another video where I sold a different Celtic Thunder thing, and there was that lady who was dancing around with the violin? I swear that's. I know we had a video that was a lady dancing around with a violin. Or fiddle. Right? Okay, let's go. Come on. I know. Yep. Come here. Come here, best friend. Okay. And then sold Bad Dudes for the Nintendo Entertainment System. That sold for an amount I will tell you in a moment. $9. And that has been up for at least a year. All right. Then I sold this pennant. This also I got for free. It is the Great Lakes Naval Training Center Training School. Vintage, very faded. Here's what it looks like. Supposed to look like, that color. But it is very faded. Took an offer on this one for $22. Probably could have held out for a little bit more, but you know what? I got it for free. And it's the second of the 4 pennants that sold. The first one went for $32. I have 2 more. There's a Yellowstone one from the 1940s that has a lot of solds, so I expect will probably sell sooner than later. Okay, and then we got a couple later rivals. Oops. Go. Man, those airline slides she got was such a huge score. Nothing coming out of the store today from here. Let's see here. Also, she sold this. That's a fucking nice sale too. $140 for a quilt topper. Look at that. That's pretty amazing. Man, California, I'm telling you, is every time I go, like sourcing, I kill it down there. There's so much good stuff. All right, let me go grab these last two things. I don't think I need to take you all down in there. All right, I'll be right back. All right, sold one postcard. Olson's Cafe, Alberton, Montana, sold for $9. And then this is a vintage pipe cutter from Imperial Brass Manufacturing Company. I sold one of these last year. I didn't realize I still had another one, and this one sold for $15. Not too shabby. It's going to be a race to the finish. Can I, or not? It's going to be a stretch if I can make it with the tape that I have until the next free coupon. I think I've got enough. Hi, Buster. All right, everybody. I have shipped the things I shipped, and all the shipping things I have shipped. Which means we've come to the end of yet another shipping adventure. Worry not. Bear resellers, I shall be back on the morrow. That is, of course, assuming something sells and people pay, which, they usually do. Hope that sales are good for you. They are looking up so far today. Let's hope that continues. I do have a couple of orders or offers I've accepted where they haven't paid yet, so hopefully they pay. Although I currently have, not even joking, 7 unpaid orders. One has fallen off one fell off the cliff yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. One is scheduled to fall off the cliff tomorrow at 9:45 p.m. So they got some more time. 25, 35, 43, 49, 59, 61, 91. About $130 in unpaid orders at the moment. But that's going to be that. Hope you all have a great day. Catch you on the flip flop. Peace out. Bye.